guys, so this is the example for what you're going to do for your sighting practice video. I just need to see that you understand the idea of comparative measurements. So the requirements, you're going to say hello, you're going to use any objects. You can be in your room, your house, outside. Basically just show me that you understand the concept. You're not going to draw anything, you're just going to show me how you know how I can compare. You're going to do at least 3 different sets of objects. One, you're going to do kind of a second part and relocate and show how, depending on where the objects are in relation to each other, the measurements might change. Okay? So, I say a lot in my videos. I apologize. It's a glitch. All right, we're going to give you an example. So, if I was using my objects here. So first off, I'm going to introduce myself. Hi, this is Mrs. Zudaway. I'm going to show that I understand comparative measurements. If I'm comparing this sphere and this creepy vase, how many of these would fit in the height? 1, 2, about 2.5. So this is going to be 2.5 times of that. What about the width? Remember, sphere, it's equal, so I can, start out here and flip it. How many wide? It's about 2 spheres wide. So I know the vase would be 2 wide at its widest part. I can also compare the top part. So if this is how wide the sphere is, the top part of the vase is about the same, just a little bit over it. So that's how I can compare the width and the height to that. So let's get a couple more objects. The roll of duct tape and the tub of brushes. How many duct tapes tall? I either have to decide if I'm going to use the first part or the whole thing. I'm going to use the first part. 1, 2. Right about 2. Okay. What about the duct tape itself? If I'm using that first part, how much more is the second part? About half. So I know this if I started with from here to here, and then if I wanted to figure out like from the top of this to the back part, that's like half. Okay. If I do this and flip it, how many wide? It's about 2.5 wide. So I can compare the width and the height just in one object, and then I can also compare even like what's the width of this object to this one. The tape is just slightly wider. I'm going to do this once with a pencil to show you. You can also use a pencil. Tip of the pencil to the end of this. That's the width of the tape. So now you can see it's just barely past it. So that might be easier for some of you guys to use the pencil. Put the tip of the pencil where you're measuring it, and then compare it. And I can say it's right about 2 high. Okay? All right, let's go to our last set of objects. So let's stick those there. I can use the width of it. So if I use the pencil tip to there, you can kind of see that it's going to be about 1.5. Okay. I can use my finger once again. The height of this plum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. It's about 5.5 where they are right now. Okay. So now I'm going to relocate my last grouping of objects. So let's see. Let's actually do this right. Let's put that farther back and this closer. Alright, so now if I was drawing these objects, the plum is much closer to me than the hydro flask. So now if I do this, 1 plum is equal to 1, 2, 3, more like 3.5. So I went from 5.5 to 3.5 because I moved it. The width of the plum is right about the width of that. So by relocating the objects, they're going to have a different relationship. If I did it back here, then we go back 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4.5. Okay? All right, that's it. I'm just showing that I understand the basic idea of how to do comparative measurements using sighting technique. That's it. Submit videos, and we'll move on to the next skill.